Shabbat Perek Vav Mishnah Vav. We're still talking about things that a person is allowed to go out in the streets with, or a person is not allowed to go with the street. Yotz'a isha b'Shabbat l'reshut harabim. A woman goes out on Shabbat to the public domain. Besela she'al hatzinit. With a sela. Sela is a coin. It's a coin.
Oh, sela.
That's al hatzinit. That's on the wound. בגמרא מבואר, in the Gemara it explains, שצינית, what is צינית? היא מכה בכף רגל. It's a wound that you have on your foot. And what did you use? The special wound? והיו קושרים עליה מטבע של סלע לרפואה. The way to heal it was to tighten on it a coin.
בטח נחושת.
I'm not quite sure. It's either silver or נחושת or copper, yeah. Yeah. ולפי ירושלמי, הצינית היא מחלה ברגל, according to ירושלמי, צינית is a foot disease, הנקראת פודגרה. It's called pudgara. I think it's called gout in English. You've seen those people that their hands becomes like, they like it פרקים.
Oh.
So they keep it over there to get the נפיחות down. They keep it over.
כשהיינו ילדים היינו שמים במטבעות, אם קיבלנו מכה.
Yeah, the same idea. The same idea, exactly.
זה לא נותן לך בלגדול.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same idea. So when you have inflammation in the foot, they used to put this in exactly the same idea. That's what it was. Now,
שהיא יכולה לצאת.
oh, so let's look at this.
מה זה יוצאה, כן?
Yeah, let's just think about what's going on over here. So we said it's not a tachshit, right?
For her.
It's for her. It shouldn't be allowed. But over here it says it's allowed. It looks like because it is part of the bandage. And we already says for bandages, for refuah, for a human being is allowed. If it's refuah, if it's for healing, and it's for a human being, then it's allowed. A healing for an animal, you remember we discussed, it's not allowed. Okay. For some whatever reason. But for a human being, so this is considered to be just like you put a bandage on you. Or, yeah, it's the same idea as putting a bandage. So even though it's for you, and it's not a tachshit, and it's not a garment, it's still for refuah, and we still allow you to do it. Okay. Habanot ktanot, the small little girls, yotzot bechutin, they go out with strings, ואפילו בקיסמים שבאוזניהם, and even in twigs in their ears. Now again, let's think about what it is. So we said the only thing that women are allowed to go out, the jewelry that women are allowed to go out is earrings. You're not afraid you're going to take them out. Now, the small little girls make holes. No, I'm talking about over here. In the ears. Okay. So let's see, why are we allowing that? If it's a tool, we don't allow it, you remember? And we also had before, if sometimes something is both, it's a tool and a jewelry, we still don't allow it. So over here we're going to allow them, even though it looks like it's only for her purpose. It's not jewelry. Let's see. רגילים היו לנקב את אוזניהם של הבנות כשהן קטנות. It was the custom to make a hole by the ears of the girls when they were small, בשביל להכניס בהם נזמים לאחר שתגדלנה. In order, after they get married, after they're already old, they can put over their earrings. וכדי שהנקבים לא יסתמו, and in order for the holes not to close, בינתיים היו נותנים בהם חוטים או קיסמים. So now you would put them something in it, like threads or twigs or something. In other words, the thread and the twigs are for the use of the person. They're not jewelry. They're a tool. They're a tool
to make it bigger.
Or to not close it, to make it not close.
Yeah, okay.
In other words, it's a tool. In other words, it's not jewelry. And we said tools we do not carry out on Shabbat. But over here we say we allow them to put them in. So let's see. ובא המשנה ללמד, this Mishnah comes to teach us that even though it is a tool, the only reason we're telling these girls to put things in their ears is so that their ears will not close. שמותר לצאת בשבת בחוטים. We allow them to go out with little strings in it, so it will not close. Little strings I kind of understand, because maybe for the girl, little string is a jewelry. So I kind of understand. Maybe for her it's a little bit of a jewelry. Or ואפילו בקיסמים, but we even allow her to put just twigs. That even for her it's not so jewelry, just a piece of wood over there. אף על פי שאינם תכשיט, even though they're not jewelry. And it looks like the permission to put it is, maybe it is because for her she's considering it, what? The little girl is considering it maybe as a tachshit. She is saying, the mother maybe wants her to put it in her ears so it will not close. But the reason why the girl continues to put it in her ear because she's playing mommy. She's putting it there because for her it becomes jewelry in her mind, so-called. Maybe that's why we permit her to go out. Yeah.
What about glasses? Glasses is a correction for my eyes. I can walk without them. This can't be like glasses. This thing, it's in glasses is a tool.
Glasses is a tool.
No, you're allowed on Shabbos. Because you go all week with it.
Because it's for refuah.
It's refuah.
It's refuah.
So the question, if you can say here, is for refuah.
No, for sure it's not refuah. There's no question about it.
Because she need a hole here.
She doesn't need a hole. She can make a hole when she's old. She doesn't need it. There's no refuah means refuah. Yeah, necessity. It's not.
What you explained is a little weak there. That maybe we'll let them go like it's a tachshit. You see Keisam as a tachshit.
Yeah, for her, they took that was the logic of the. So in other words, the question is who decides if something is nice. Okay, it has to be discussed. Very, very good question. It has to be discussed. So let's discuss it a little bit. If somebody puts a diamond in his ear, yeah. So for sure this is a tachshit, right? You're going to say for sure it's a tachshit. Maybe you're going to go to an island in Hawaii where they have diamonds like stones, and over there a diamond means nothing. So what are you going to say now? A diamond is not a tachshit. It's just
still a tachshit.
No, nobody would use it as a tachshit. For them, it's like putting a stone over there.
אז מה זה הולך by the
place,
the meaning of the מקום?
So let's think.
No.
So it looks like it is by the custom, what people are going to consider it a tachshit, as a jewelry or not. So in some places, diamonds can be jewelry. In some places, diamonds are rocks. Theoretically. Yeah, and in history, I'm sure that's the way it was. In some places, certain stones were rocks, and in other places, certain stones were who knows what. So it says, if for the little girl, I think that's what the logic is. If for the little girl, for her, it's the best jewelry in the world, let her, it's the best jewelry in the world. In her eyes.
For her, it's...
Exactly.
Okay, now
maybe that's, I'm just thinking, maybe that's their thinking. But I'm not sure.
Okay.
You can go on.
But it now will make more sense.
Okay. יש מפרשים, there are those who says, יוצאות בחוטים doesn't go on the earrings. It goes on something else.
That's what I was thinking here, the חוטים.
שבראשיהם או בצוואריהם, that are in their heads or on their necks. So it says, what are you talking about? Necklaces, we already discussed, are not allowed. People,
We're going to show it.
We're going to show it.
Take it out.
And also on the hair, we didn't allow them. Today, even though today women do it, it says in the old times, women didn't do it. Why? Because they might go to the mikveh, you remember?
Right.
Because the mikveh. But for the young girls to put it on their hair or on their neck, remember the chokers? Yeah? We are going to allow her. So it says why? Why are we going to allow her?
She doesn't go to the mikveh.
Because she doesn't need to go to the mikveh. There's no danger she will take them off. It's tight, so as long as it's tight, it's not problem. שבראשיהם ובצוואריהם, שהואיל ואין טבילה מצויה בקטנות, since the young ladies don't go to the mikveh, אין דינן כגדולות. We don't going to be stringent on them. Remember the rules of the rabbis. They're going to be stringent just where it's necessary. They don't like to put rules on people who are not necessary. So they made the stringency also only for married women. It says, young women, we want you to like Shabbos. Go ahead, you do it. The married women might have a problem, we'll put the stringency on them. But there's no reason to put the stringency on the young kids. ומותר להם לצאת בחוטי צמר ובחוטי פשתן. And they're allowed to go with strings of wool or strings of flax. Another thing, now we're going to discuss strange garments. Are you allowed to wear a strange garment? Which means that people don't usually wear. Let's take an example. What is a strange garment? I don't know. For men, we don't have today. People don't put strange garments on them. Give me a you have something?
Scotland, Shetlandia, skirts.
Oh, skirts for a girl, but that's a thing.
אצל הערבים ג'לביה. אתה יודע מה זה
Oh,
ג'לביה?
very good. Here.
כמו שמלה.
Yeah.
הערבים עושים את זה.
Yeah, but that's
סבא שלי היה לובש ג'לביה.
yeah, but that's a garment. Nobody says it's on the garment. When it says strange garment, it means that you look in the street, it says that's on the garment. Yeah, today there's not many. Today there's not many. He's going to give example of two. Yeah, this is strange garments. Araviot. So it says Arab women, people who live in the Arab countries. Yeah, Araviot. Nashim Yehudiot doesn't mean that they are Arabs. It means they're Jews who live in Arab countries. Shebe'eretz Arav, that in the land of Arab, Yotzot Re'ulot. So even though it's not a Jewish custom, but since the Arabs wear it this way, they wear this hijab, that just the eyes are open, they wear this whole thing. So it says, what if a Jewish woman wants to go out to the market this way? It's strange. It's a strange thing. You don't see Jewish... For example, in Israel today. In Israel today, I'm not talking about those guys. Regular woman, just for the fun of it, wants to go out on Shabbat. Is that considered a garment, or it's not considered a garment for her? So, is she allowed to go? It is the garment or not? Because since no Jews really wear it, the question is, are you allowed to wear it? So let's see. Araviot, yotzot re'ulot. They're allowed to go out with this hijab. Yeah, they're allowed to go out. It's a garment and it's a clothing. And even though she might look strange in her Jewish neighbors, she doesn't look strange in town, then we're going to allow her. Me'utafot beroshehen ubnehem. They're covered in their heads and in their face. A little bit like the kafia that you discussed. What about in places like Persia? In Persia or India, for example, women wear, we're talking women over here, women wear blankets. They take a blanket, you've seen how the Indians wear their clothing, what an Indian clothing looks like. Do you ever see an Indian woman put it's a blanket, it's a mamash blanket, and she ties it around herself in such a manner. She goes like this and like this and like this and like this, whatever she does, I don't know exactly what that, and then in the end it looks like a skirt. Yeah. So the question is she carrying a blanket in the street, or is this a garment? So let's continue. Madiyot, Nashim Yehudiyot shebe'eretz Madai, Jewish women that are in the land of Madai, yotzot prufot. They're allowed to go out prufot. Now again, what is this prufot? Like I just said, they're wearing a blanket. Immediately says, hey, what are we afraid for? We already had this case before. It looks like ma'arimot. They need to blanket from one place to another place, so they're going to carry the blanket from one place to another place. It says, no, if this is the custom, you're allowed to do it. You're allowed to do it. שהיו נוהגות להתעלף בטלית. Their custom was to take a blanket, like a talit, היינו בגד עליון רחב, it looked just like a blanket, ותולות רצועה בשפתה האחת, כנגד הצוואר, and in one corner of this blanket, there used to be a loop, right over here, there used to be a loop, and they would take the other side, they put it around themselves, they put it through the loop and go back, so that it will tie themselves up. ובשפתה האחרת, and in the other one, היו כרוכות אבן קטנה או אגוז, so they would be over here, they would take a small stone, they will tie it up over here, and then they will put this ring on this side and close it on the stone over here, on that side.
So not only that, they are also carrying.
They're carrying a stone. Yeah, they're carrying a stone. Or, we'll see.
מעבירות אבנים.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly. היו כוחות אבן קטנה או אגוז, they used to put a small stone or a nut, וקושרות את הרצועות באותו כרך, שלא תיפול and they will tie it down so that it will not fall down. So, even though it's strange ways, it's still, if people wear it that way, there's such a custom, whether Jews do it, whether Jews don't do it so much, that's not the point, but it's other people are doing it, it's not, a Jewish woman is allowed to do it. וכל אדם, כלומר, שלאו דווקא ערביות יוצאות רעולות, ולאו דווקא מדייניות יוצאות פרופות. It says, you would think from this Mishnah, that when you're allowed, that's right. But when you go to India, you're not allowed to wear this because nobody wears this. He says, no, it doesn't matter. If it's somewhere in the world, people use it this way, you can use it this way. It's a garment. If they're allowed to, maybe they're not allowed to for other reasons, but Shabbat reasons, they're allowed reasons. Yeah. And the opposite with the Madayot. Even though in your country nobody wears it this way, you're allowed to wear it this way. You know, you got the hippies like to wear all kinds of strange things all the time. Okay. Yeah, no matter where they are, nobody wears it. They wear it. They want to wear a poncho. Let them wear a poncho. Whatever. אלא כל אדם מותר לצאת ככה. Every person is allowed to go out this way. So why did he bring these two examples? If it's any place, any time, it says, "Ela shedibru chachamim ba'oved." The sages brought these two examples because at their time that was the strange ones. So that's what they discussed. The strange ones was at the times. בדבר שהיו מצוי בזמנם. It was something that was there in their time. שנשים יהודיות בערב נהגו כערביות. That the Jewish women in Arab countries had a custom like the Arabs, לצאת רעולות, ונשים יהודיות שמדי נהגו כמדיות לצאת פרופות. And Jewish women in Madai acted like the girls in Madai to go pufot. And then you would think that maybe it's just in that country. It says, it's in any country. Even if they go to another country, they're still allowed to do this strange custom, even though the other people don't do it.
Because they know otherwise what's going to happen. When she's going to travel, she's going to have to change her clothes.
That's right. Exactly.